I am going to show you how to spy on any brand in seconds. This isn't a hack. It is a way to see the entire battlefield from the sky. It is fast, it is safe, and it tells you exactly how to beat the competition without guessing. If you want to build a roadmap that actually prints money, you need to see this. Let's dive in. Hey, if we haven't met already, I'm the digital avatar of Brett Bohannon, consultant to brands that sell on Amazon plus Amazon AI Tool Builder. Whilst he's hanging with his family and helping clients succeed on Amazon, I'm here to help you get the latest Amazon updates. Brett Bohannon reads every comment, so make sure you comment below. Here is the deal. I just started consulting with a brand new client, and before I touched a single keyword, before I looked at their ads, before I tried to fix their pictures, I did one thing first. I call it the 30,000-foot pullback. Imagine you are in a plane looking down. You need to see where the brand is right now. You cannot plan a trip if you do not know where you are starting. Most people skip this. They just start driving and get lost. I use a specific tool to do this fast. It helps me identify exactly where a brand stands in the marketplace. It works for new clients. It works for checking on your own brand, and it tells you exactly what to do next. We are going to look at traffic. We are going to look at where the money is flowing. And by the end of this, you will know how to build a roadmap to win. I am not going to bore you with theory. I am going to show you the exact clicks I make to get the data. So, if you are ready to stop guessing and start knowing, pay attention. Here is the simple way to find out where you stand. Okay, let's get to work. You need to see the truth about the brand. We are going to use a tool called SmartScout. I use this every single day. If you are not using data, you are gambling, and I do not like to gamble with my business. So here is exactly what you do. Open up the tool. On the left side, you are going to see a menu. Look for the button that says Brands. Click it. Now you see a search bar. Type in the name of the brand you want to check. Maybe it is your brand. Maybe it is a brand you want to buy. Maybe it is a brand you are consulting for. It does not matter. Type it in. You will see the brand pop up. Click on it. Now, pay attention. This is where most people get lazy. They just look at the big numbers and stop. We are not going to do that. We are going to dig deeper. Look for the tab that says subcategory. Click that tab. This right here is the money shot. This screen tells you where you actually stand. It tells you your rank. It tells you your market share. But we are not done yet. We need to see who we are fighting against. So click into that subcategory. Then click into brands. Now you are looking at the whole battlefield. You can see every competitor. You can see who is winning. You can see who is losing. And most importantly, you can see exactly where you fit in the puzzle. Why is this important? Why did I just make you click 5 times? Here is why. You cannot grow if you do not know your starting point. Think about a map. If you want to go to New York, but you don't know if you are in Texas or Florida, you can't pick a road. It is the same with Amazon. This data lets you build a roadmap, a real roadmap, not just a guess. When I look at this, I am looking for 3 things: traffic, CRO, and ads. Let me break that down for you. First, let's talk about traffic. When you look at this subcategory view, ask yourself a question. Are people seeing this brand? If the market share is tiny, nobody sees you. You are invisible. If you are invisible, you cannot make sales. So if I see a brand with low visibility, I know the first step in the roadmap. We need to get eyeballs. We need to turn on the faucet. That means we need a strategy for traffic. Second, let's talk about CRO. That stands for conversion rate optimization. That is a fancy way of saying, do people buy when they click? If I look at the data and I see high traffic but low sales, I know we have a problem. The listing is broken. The pictures might be bad. The price might be too high. The reviews might be terrible. SmartScout lets us see if we are getting beat on price or value. So if the traffic is there, but the sales are not, the roadmap changes. We stop worrying about ads. We start fixing the page. We fix the offer. Third, let's talk about ads. This is the fuel on the fire. But you only pour fuel if the fire is already burning. Note, show Ad Spy or competitor intelligence features if available, or just back to the main dashboard. If I look at the competitor intelligence in the tool, I can see what they are doing. I can see their history. I can see if they are aggressive. If I see a competitor spending a lot of money to own a keyword, I have a choice. Do I fight them, or do I find a different keyword? The tool gives me the answer. It shows me the open spots. It shows me the underserved niches. SmartScout has data on over 40,000 subcategories. That is a lot of niches. That means there are 40,000 opportunities to find a win. When I did this for my new client, the lights went on. We saw exactly where the holes were. We saw where the big competitors were weak, and we built a plan to attack those weak spots. We didn't guess. We just looked at the map. This 30,000-foot view changes everything. It takes the emotion out of it. You stop feeling good or bad about the brand. You just look at the facts. The facts tell you what to do. If you need traffic, you get traffic. If you need better images, you get better images. If you need better ads, you run better ads. It is simple, but simple is hard if you are blind. This tool takes the blindfold off. Now I want to talk about something else this tool shows you. It's called market share. You can't just look at today. You have to look at yesterday and the month before that. Is the brand growing or is it dying? Is the competitor surging or are they falling off? SmartScout tracks historical market share. This is huge. If I see a competitor losing ground every month, I smell blood. I know I can take their spot. I know they are weak. But if I see them growing fast, I know they are strong. I might need to be more careful. I might need to flank them instead of hitting them head on. You get all of this from a few clicks. It is efficient, it is fast, and it is accurate. This works for wholesale too. It works for arbitrage. It works for building your own brand. It works because it is based on real customer demand. It is not made up numbers. It is real sales data. So let's recap where we are. You opened the tool. You found the brand. You looked at the subcategory. You checked the competition. And now you have identified your 3 buckets: traffic, conversion, ads. You know which bucket has the hole in it, and you know how to fix it. But knowing is only half the battle. You have to actually do the work. You have to plug in the strategies, and that is where the magic happens. I want to go a little deeper into how you actually spot a micro market inside these subcategories, because the riches are in the niches. Most people try to sell to everyone. That is a mistake. You need to sell to someone specific. SmartScout lets you see these little pockets of money, these micro markets. Maybe it is a specific type of garlic press. Maybe it is a specific color of yoga mat. The tool shows you the sales volume for these tiny groups. And sometimes those tiny groups are worth millions. If you find one of those, you win. You become the big fish in the small pond. That is way better than being a minnow in the ocean. My client didn't know their micro market existed. They were trying to fight the whole ocean. We used this view to narrow their focus. We found a spot where they could be number 1, and we pointed the whole ship in that direction. That is the power of the 30,000-foot view. It saves you time, it saves you money, and it saves you from failure. So, if you are taking on a new brand, do this first. If you are auditing your own business, do this today. Do not wait. The market changes fast. You need to keep your eyes open. Now, I have shown you the high-level strategy. I have shown you the what and the why. But I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, Brett, that sounds great, but how do I actually fix the traffic? How do I actually fix the conversion? How do I automate this so I don't have to click buttons all day? That is the right question, because once you have the map, you need a vehicle. You need a way to move fast, and that is where AI comes in. I build tools to do the heavy lifting. I build tools to take this data and turn it into action. We don't just look at the numbers. We make the numbers work for us. So, you have the map. You know exactly where the treasure is and you know where the traps are, but walking there takes a long time. If you try to fix every listing by hand, you will burn out. If you try to read every single competitor review by yourself, you will go crazy. This is where we change the game. We use leverage. I don't just find problems. I build machines to fix them. I am talking about AI. I call myself the Amazon cowboy for a reason, but my horse is powered by artificial intelligence. Let's go back to those 3 buckets: traffic, conversion, ads. Let's say SmartScout showed you that your traffic is dead. You are invisible. You know you need better keywords. You know you need to rank higher. In the old days, you would spend weeks researching. You would use spreadsheets. You would guess. Now, I use AI to read the subcategory data. I feed the competitor data into the AI. I tell it to find the gaps. It tells me exactly what words to put in the title. It tells me exactly what to put in the bullet points. It does the work of 10 people in 10 minutes. That is how you fix the traffic bucket fast. Now look at the conversion bucket. SmartScout showed you that people click, but they don't buy. Your offer is weak. Maybe your description is boring. Maybe your compliance is wrong and Amazon is suppressing you. I have built tools that scan catalogs automatically. They look for compliance issues. They look for bad data. They fix it while I sleep. We take the insights from the 30,000-foot view and we automate the fix. This is not sci-fi. This is how you win in 2025. You cannot be slow. Amazon is too competitive to be slow. The brands that use this data combined with AI are the ones that scale. The ones that do it manually are the ones that get left behind. So here is the reality. You have two choices. Choice one, you ignore the data, you keep guessing, you hope for the best. That is a bad plan. Choice two, you pull back to 30,000 feet. You look at the whole board, you find your spot, and then you attack it with everything you have. You use the tools, you use the leverage, you build a real business. I know which one I would pick. I know which one my clients pick. This strategy works, it is safe, it is proven, and it is right there waiting for you. Go to the Brands tab, check the subcategory, find your roadmap, and then get to work. I want to give you as much value as I possibly can. I don't want to hold anything back, but I can't fit every single AI workflow into one video. I build new tools all the time. I find new ways to break the system, and I share all of it. If you want to see exactly how I use AI in my daily workflows, you need to go to one place. It is my Substack. It is called Agentic Field Notes. I will put the link in the description. It is the best place to follow along. I show you the behind the scenes, I show you the code, I show you the strategy. Go sign up for that right now if you are serious about this. Also, I need you to do one thing for me on this platform. Hit the subscribe button. I am going to keep dropping these videos. I am going to keep showing you what is working right now. You do not want to miss the next one. And finally, if you want to connect with me personally, if you want to see what I am up to every day, follow me on LinkedIn. I post there daily. I share quick tips. And I engage with everyone. The link in the description or in the comments below. Go check the roadmap. Go find your win. I'll see you in the next one.